It wasn't just about tariffs. It was a battle for the future of the world economy. Picture this, two of the world's biggest economic giants, the United States and China, standing face to face. Not on a battlefield with tanks and missiles, but across trading desks, boardrooms, and global markets. What started as a few political jabs quickly turned into a full-blown trade war, shaking the foundations of the global economy and changing how nations do business. But let's back up a bit. The tension didn't start overnight. For decades, the U.S. and China have had a complicated economic relationship. China became a global manufacturing powerhouse in the 1990s and early 2000s, exporting cheap goods all over the world, especially to the U.S. In return, American companies got access to low-cost labor, and U.S. consumers enjoyed inexpensive electronics, clothes, and household items. It seemed like a win-win until it wasn't. Many American workers, especially in manufacturing, started losing jobs. Whole industries moved to China. The U.S. trade deficit with China ballooned, meaning America was buying way more from China than it was selling to them. Politicians started raising red flags. When Donald Trump campaigned for the presidency in 2016, he made one thing very clear: China was taking advantage of America. He accused China of unfair trade practices, stealing U.S. technology, manipulating its currency, and dumping cheap goods into the American market. Once in office, Trump didn't waste time. In 2018, the U.S. slapped tariffs on $34 billion worth of Chinese goods. China fired back with its own tariffs on American products like soybeans, pork, and automobiles. And just like that, the first shots of the trade war were fired. Tariffs, basically taxes on imports, became the main weapon in this war. The U.S. targeted everything from steel to electronics. China hit back at American farmers, a key part of Trump's political base. By the end of 2019, over $550 billion in Chinese goods faced U.S. tariffs, and over $185 billion in American goods were hit by Chinese tariffs. It was no longer a skirmish, this was economic warfare. And the impact: prices rose, global markets tumbled, and businesses in both countries felt the pain. Apple, for example, warned that tariffs on Chinese parts would hurt iPhone sales. American farmers watched crops rot in silos because their biggest bear, China, wasn't buying anymore. But this wasn't just about soybeans and steel. The trade war revealed a deeper fear: the battle for technological dominance. The U.S. government targeted Chinese tech giants like Huawei, banning its equipment over national security concerns. Huawei was a leader in 5G, the future of mobile internet, and the U.S. didn't want China controlling that future. In response, China ramped up efforts to build its own tech ecosystem, free from American influence.